Welcome back, dear viewers, and to know more details about this very important forum, the UN Alliance of Civilizations Forum in Portugal, I'm delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Asmaa Elzieny, the Head of External Relations and International Cooperation at the Educational Development Center in Al-Azhar. Good morning, Dr. Asmaa.
Very good morning. How are you?
Good morning. First of all, I'm delighted to have you on NTV International and in the Breakfast Show. And regarding the theme of this forum, United in Peace, Restoring Trust and Reshaping the Future, how do you comment on this theme in particular this year?
This is a very important forum for me. Actually, it is a very praisable initiative of the United Nations. Was launched, the United Nations Alliance for Civilization is an initiative launched in 2005 by United Nations as the main purpose to promote intercultural dialogue, understanding and cooperation among nations from different backgrounds and different people from these countries. I believe that this is one of the most important initiatives initiated by the United Nations in the regard of promoting peace and understanding.
And how do you think, Dr. Asmaa, the peaceful dialogues between countries and between youth and also between leaders could lead to de-escalation in the region, as you, of course, are following the ongoing and rising tensions taking place in the Middle East and in the whole world?
Yeah, an international forum organized by the United Nations, receiving people from more than 130 countries. I believe it is a golden chance for many, many things to be done. For example, for fostering this intercultural dialogue, I believe the discussions under the theme of this forum is a very good chance to gather, to bring people together, leaders, policymakers, academics, and even civil society representatives. I believe this gathering is able to really address issues of our today's world, however being these issues cultural, religious, or the misunderstanding prevailing the whole world, causing a great dilemma the whole world is facing. I also believe that this forum is another a good chance for bridging these divides. During such events like this forum, there is a very good chance for open discussion. Some sensitive issues which cannot be dealt with openly are sometimes honestly discussed in these forums, and I believe if they are honest enough, they will achieve a very great deal of mutual understanding between them. Also, such a forum is another good chance for promoting values of tolerance. The United Nations in this Alliance of Civilization is focusing on developing array and practical educational curricula and the resources that truly is focusing on intercultural understanding and respect for diversity.
Yes, Dr. Asmaa, also it is very important to ask you, since you now embody Al-Azhar in this call, regarding this forum, it was very important to include in it the religious theme, because there was some panels regarding ending any initiatives regarding anti-Muslims, anti-any religion, anti-any idea. So how do you think this agenda and this approach could pave the way for more peace in the world?
Yeah, with such an important international forum under a theme, a very important theme, being the theme of United in Peace, Restoring Trust, Reshaping the Future. I believe all religious leaders and of course Al-Azhar and all Egypt and other Muslim world religious leaders are truly responsible to reflect the true image of Islam in attendance of non-Muslims, especially with the crisis in Gaza between the occupation and Palestinians.
Yes.
I believe we need the world to know the true values of peace and tolerance and coexistence that are main focus of our religion while dealing, whether with Muslims or non-Muslims. And I also see this is a very good chance, this forum.
Yes, and thank you for raising this very important point that while the tensions are rising in the Middle East, you mentioned that the conflict taking place in Gaza has contributed in this. But also I would like to hear your comment about how do you see the growth of foreigners joining Islam after the tensions rise in the Middle East, because this is quite the opposite of the claimed goals of the occupation, because they did not want this to happen, but on the contrary, what happened on the ground is that foreigners have joined Islam more than ever. How do you comment on this?
This is one evidence that sometimes the hard situations that Muslims and Islam may face may be truly and genuinely a given place. As you said, we expected that among this dilemma in Gaza and what's happening and Islamophobia and all things against Muslims, we expected that we need to defend ourselves, to remove the claims that Muslims are violent people against tolerance. But what truly happened with what's happening in Gaza, that the youth all over the world started to search truth by themselves. And once they started to search for truth, they reached at the conclusion that at the core of Islam are the values of peace, tolerance, love, coexistence. We didn't need to invite them. They come by themselves to us. Teach us about Islam. What are the true faith, the true values, the true practices of true Islam? This is not happening by incident. This is something happening repeatedly all over the world, over days.
Yes. Yes, Dr. Asmaa, and it is of course very important that in this world we have to live brotherly with all backgrounds, with all religions, with all different values. But also talking again about the forum, how do you see the women contribution as peacemakers in this forum?
One of the main focuses on the launching of the Coalition for Civilization following the United Nations was also focusing on the work of youth and enlightening the participation of women in the field of peace building and existence. There are efforts women in the field of conciliation and building peace, but they are not highlighted, especially that women are naturally givers of peace and care, and the field of conciliation and building peace, one of the fields is that they can give in a different way. I believe also that during the last forum, the 10th forum of the United Nations Coalition of Civilization, this was one of the main focuses also.
Yes.
Some initiatives launched by activists, women active in the field of peace building were truly highlighted in Portugal.
Yes, and it is really important that in this decade in the world we are appreciating women's voices.
Yeah. They are the United Nations through the Coalition of Civilization is telling the whole world that the voices of women are here. And even on the head of the Coalition for Civilization is headed by a very active woman, Dr. Mihal Saad actually. And this is another evidence that women participating in this field are really brilliant.
Yes, of course. Dr. Asmaa, also it is very important to not miss this point regarding the education. One of the main focuses of this forum is to indulge and to inject education systems all over the world with peace and with dialogue that is full of understanding and compassion. How do you think this educational new systems that we are trying to promote in the whole world will contribute in more peace?
Yeah. One of the best ways achieving the main target of this co-alliance of civilization following the United Nations was focusing on the educational program. We truly, in our world today, need all educational curricula, not only the one for Muslim youth, even for non-Muslims, to contain and to showcase the true participation of all the world activists in achieving peace. We need educational curricula which is moderate. I believe that we at Al-Azhar doing our role, and we need the whole world to take part also.
Please elaborate more, Dr. Asmaa, about Al-Azhar role in this regard, because it comes in alignment with the forum's goals.
Yeah, we as Al-Azhar, we have a very so special thing about Al-Azhar, that people love to come to study at Al-Azhar from all over the world. We are honored to have more than 161,000 international students, and the Grand Imam initiated a reshaping of the whole curricula, not only for Egyptian Azhari students, but also for international students. We need to make the curriculum, especially for them, of course, in a language suitable for their understanding of the Arabic language, as they are studying in Arabic language. And we need to put in this curriculum the true and the achievements of Muslim scholars and what is expected from these international students while going back to their countries, as not only as people working in ordinary work, as the Grand Imam usually says, as ambassadors of peace coming out from Al-Azhar.
Yes, of course, Dr. Asmaa, and definitely Al-Azhar role in this regard is very much appreciated by all Egyptians, and also by all Arabs as well, and the whole world, of course. But as you know, that there is no peaceful world without media. How do you think media could contribute in ending any kind of misinformation and not present a biased version to people? And how do you think media could contribute in a more peaceful world, an honest world as well?
Yes, truly. Line by line, and beside the role played by youth, women, and the role of educational curricula, comes the very vital role of social, as you said, media, and nowadays of social media especially, because this is the principal channel for especially youth to get their information. We need the media message to focus on making youth feel that they are also seen and heard. They are represented in media. What they think about is very well discussed. We need to provide the true data. Everyone is in need, because people are anyhow searching for data, for the information they need.
Yes, yes.
We need the media message to be clear enough for everyone searching for this, so that they are not going to direct it to another way to find what they are searching for.
Yes, and of course you have followed that in the past, in this last year, after the tensions has risen in Gaza and in Lebanon as well recently, that because of the biased media, people felt that they were betrayed, and they started to not trust media for a very long time, and this has contributed in promoting more hatred and more conflicts between people all over the world, and this is not offering or serving us anything.
Yeah, this is another role played by Al-Azhar, I believe, in media, that we are so keen on what we call countering the hate speech in media, because this idea sometimes more and more irritates some youth against whatever idea they may not be familiar with.
Yes.
So we need to be so talented in this regard.
Yes, of course. Dr. Asmaa Elzieny, I would go for hours talking to you about this very interesting topic, and I would like to thank you for your very valuable insights. Thank you, Dr. Asmaa Elzieny, Head of External Relations and International Cooperation at the Educational Development Center in Al-Azhar. May we always be peacemakers and promote for peace. May we always live in a world full of peace, and may we one day witness peace just is the main highlight of the whole world. So now, dear viewers, let's have a short break and get back to the breakfast show.